Swan Conservation Trust was established in 1992, one of only a handful of land trusts in Tennessee at that time. Our mission is to preserve, protect, and restore native hardwood forests and scenic natural areas, biodiversity, wildlife habitat, and water quality on the western highland rim of Tennessee. We accomplish this mission by purchasing and owning significant lands, cooperatively managing property with other agencies or landowners, and holding conservation easements. The western highland rim of Tennessee has a history of being important economically for its abundance of hardwood. However, with increasing mechanization in the logging industry, coupled with the rising demand for pulp and paper products around the world, forest composition has undergone major changes in this region. One of these changes involves the increasingly common practice of converting hardwood forest to fast-growing loblolly pine. Biodiversity is degraded over the long term in a loblolly forest. Hardwood forests provide important habitats for disappearing species of plants and animals whose homes are being lost to development, deforestation, and other changes in the natural landscape. Forests are also important for their contribution in regulating the composition of the Earth's atmosphere.
Here we are, high on the Western Highland Rim. And so the Western Highland Rim is a heavy forest belt. You know, the mesophytic forest comes down from New Jersey and Virginia, and the description of that means there's no dominant hardwood. We're into where oak and hickory are our dominant hardwoods here. And we feel blessed to be able to protect this land. It is so beautiful, and there's so much here to discover. A lot of our forests have been forests for many, many thousands of years, and we find native artifacts that are 14,000 years old. The Swan Conservation Trust has put together at least 7 tracts to create the sanctuary. If you want to develop a tract of land, there are so many people to help you do that. You can just call the surveyor, you can call the developer. The system is geared up to subdivide and develop land. And so if you want to preserve land for habitat, keep tracts in whole, you're swimming against the tide.
Throughout their lifetime, forests and forest soils sequester carbon dioxide emitted by burning fossil fuels. Scientists now believe that rapid deforestation in many parts of the world is a contributing factor to global warming. Forests in headwater areas are essential for protecting pristine water quality of streams, seeps, and springs. By intercepting raindrops, the forest canopy allows for the slow absorption of rain into soils and percolation into groundwater, which prevents stormwater runoff and soil erosion.
One of Swan Trust's biggest part of our mission is preserving a native hardwood forest. And here we are in a forest with many different ages of trees, growing at different rates, and throughout the life of the trees they are sequestering carbon, which is so important for counteracting the effects of global warming. The whole time the trees are growing, the soils, the roots, the trees, the leaves are sequestering carbon throughout their life cycle. Other things that the forest does for us is provides a place for wildlife habitat. We have a wonderful diversity of bird species that live here year-round, as well as the neotropical migratory songbirds that come up in the summer and breed here, providing us with wonderful songs to listen to all summer.
Swan Trust's initial efforts have focused on a 10,000-acre forest encompassing the headwaters of Big Swan and Big Bigby Creeks in Lewis County, Tennessee. The Highland Woods Preserve and Big Swan Headquarters Preserve together are protecting nearly 1,500 acres of hardwood forest, scenic waterfalls, seeps, and springs. Holding 3 conservation easements in the area enlarges the protected headwaters acreage. Local towns in the area depend on clean groundwater and surface water from both Big Swan and Big Bigby Creeks for their municipal water supplies and individual family wells. Thus, protection of the headwater forests provides an important public benefit. The sanctity of Big Swan Headwaters Preserve is guaranteed by the recently established conservation easement held by our partner land trust, the Tennessee Parks and Greenways Foundation. They will monitor the property annually to ensure the land and waters are protected. Our preserves are a living laboratory of nature. The forests, bottomland fields, and wetlands provide natural habitats for environmental education. We offer creek critter investigations, bird watching, wetland explorations, and more. We invite teachers and students to contact us to plan your next field trip and nature experience.
You know, there's a lot of people who put in to help us pull this off. And yeah, it was just short of a miracle, if even short. It was a miracle. But like I say, I mean, I think if you, in your mind, if you believe you can do something, you can do it.